So I'm reading in John 4 today, right? And let me tell you something. Jesus did not care, bro, about the traditions of men or the customs of the country. He just didn't care. So when the Pharisees learned that him and his disciples had been baptizing so many people, they didn't really like that, right? So the disciples come to Jesus like, hey, teacher, listen, the ops are lurking. They heard about us baptizing all these people, and they are not feeling us. And so Jesus is like, that's cool or whatever. We need to start heading towards Galilee anyway. And John 4 says they had to go through Samaria, which is strange because it's not like there's not a way around it. Most of the Jews went, a few days journey around Samaria. But no, John 4 says they had to go through Samaria. So they come to a city named Sychar. Now, by this point, it's midday, right? It's hot. The sun's at the highest point in the sky. Jesus is tired. He's thirsty. And I'm pretty sure he's kind of annoyed with the company that he's got with him at this point. So he sends the disciples into town to get food, while he himself takes a little rest by this well. And while he's sitting there waiting on the disciples to return, this woman comes out to draw water. And Jesus knew there was something different about this. Like I said, it's midday. It's the hottest part of the day. Why is she coming out here to draw water at the hottest part of the day? Well, it's because she had more or less been shunned by her own people. And so to avoid that kind of embarrassment, she would draw water at the hottest part of the day because she knew nobody else would be out there. And so Jesus asked her, woman, will you give me a drink? And she says, why would you, a Jewish man, ask me, a Samaritan woman, to give you a drink? Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. By the way, you don't even have a vessel to put it in. And Jesus is like, woman, if you knew who it was that asked you for a drink and that I could provide you with living water, you see, whoever drinks of this well will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks of the living water, a spring will well up inside of them. And she's like, okay, give me a drink of this water so that I won't thirst anymore. And Jesus answers and said, okay, go and call your husband. And she says, I don't have a husband. And Jesus is like, yeah, I know you don't. See, I know that you've had 5 husbands, and the man that you live with now is not your husband. And it was at this point that she realized that she was speaking to somebody very important. And so now this Samaritan woman runs back into the city, and she tells everyone that she finds, she says, come and meet this man that told me everything that I ever did. And so all the people she told come out to meet Jesus so that they could see with their own eyes. And see, I love this story. And it's not just because, Jesus broke the mold or he stood up against the establishment. It's because of the symbol of the story. You see, you go back to when Jesus asked her for a drink and she said, you don't even have a vessel to put the water in. And she had no idea that this day she herself was going to be a vessel for God. You see, it was through her original testimonies to the people in the city that many people were saved that day, to the point where they dwelt for 2 days in a city that they had no business in the first place. So what about you? Can you be a vessel for God? Is Jesus asking you for a drink knowing that he's going to give you living waters in return? I think you would be surprised what you can do. Open your Bible.